Hi, Ms. Fleeman. I'm your daughter's third grade teacher this year. I'm so glad that you came in for a parent-teacher conference. Please come in and have a seat. So far, your daughter has been a wonderful student. I actually created a student data folder for her. So this consists of all of her past homework assignments, her tests, her test scores. So it's a great resource for you to have as a parent. So I'm going to give this to you, and I encourage you to take it home with you, look it over, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Your daughter does an amazing job following our classroom expectations, and I have several that I hold for each of my students in my classroom. And the first one is following the rules. I have several rules for them to follow every day, and the first one is respecting their peers. So that consists of raising their hand, not talking when others are talking, especially when I'm trying to give directions. I expect them to respect me as well. And another one is learn from your mistakes, and I know that can be a really big thing and a hard thing for students to learn, so I think it's really important that they realize what they did wrong and that they move on, that they learn from it. And also I want them to try their best, and I think that should be really just a life motto that I want to teach them. Also, every morning I expect the kids to come in with their school supplies that I had listed for them at the beginning of the school year. And they come in, they sit down at their seats, they read the board, and I usually have a list of things that I want them to do before we start class. And so mainly the first one is turn in your homework. Obviously I want them to be prepared, and every night I expect them to complete their homework and turn it in the next day. And the next one, I want them to eat breakfast. Nutrition is a huge thing for my classroom. I want them to be healthy and to be ready to learn each day. And also we have a morning warm-up, and so basically they do it individually, they do their best, and then we go over it as a class afterwards. Your daughter does a wonderful job modeling the expected behaviors I have for each of my students in the classroom. The first one is staying quiet whenever others are talking. It goes back to respect. And the second one is raising her hand. I really respect those who take the time just to raise their hand instead of blurting things out, and so I really appreciate that. Participation, I also actually take a grade for participation, so she does a great job doing that. And being honest, I think that's also another life motto that I want to teach them. And the last one is just being respectful in general. If the students do misbehave, they receive a code, and I keep track of all of the codes on this clipboard. Each code represents a different misbehavior, so a different letter corresponds to that. And so I can go back and I can remember what action had occurred, and I can see if the student made progress over time or if we're still having issues. And so far, your daughter is doing awesome. She has no codes, thankfully, and she's doing a wonderful job. But if a student would receive 4 codes by Friday, they miss recess. So I just think this is a great job for me to be able to see their progress and also to make sure that they're not having any issues. Overall, your daughter is a fantastic student. I am so blessed to have her in my classroom, and I thank you so much for coming to this parent-teacher conference, and I hope you have a wonderful day.